Chinese response to Western imperialism in the 1840s. After the defeat of China in the First Opium War, the relations of China had completely changed with the West. These changes reflected in both the official policy and the attitude towards the Westerners. Thus, a new trend started at popular level, which gave new directions towards modern Chinese nation. Vacillating official policy. There existed a rift between hardliners and conspirators during the Opium War. Commissioner Lin was among the hardliners who believed in implicating the rules strictly against the Westerners, but its failure gave rise to a group of conspirators including Qi Shan, Yi Shan, Qi Ying, who did not believe in the direct confrontation. They did not show any favor to Westerners, but recognizing their military capacity, they accepted that Qing governor could not challenge the Britishers directly, but they failed to assess the extent of demands of British government. Western powers had larger expectations than the legalizing of opium trade or rectification in Canton system. The conspirators also failed to understand the growing aggression among Chinese towards Western presence. In Chinese history, the period from 1849 to Second Opium War is known as the period of the hardliners. The leading personalities of anti-Western movement were Su Quan Chin and Ye Ming Chen in the south, and Chi Chun Sao and Su Xuan at the imperial court in Peking. Although the hardline policy could not remain successful for long, but they resisted the British entry to Canton successfully. Popular Chinese resistance. The First Opium War and the increasing strength of Britishers around Canton led a feeling of revolt against Chinese. It became evident from 1841 when the British forces began to roam freely around the local places. An irregular military unit, including peasantry and local gentry class, stood against these foreign troops to defend their areas. This popular militia showed significant fighting spirit against British forces. The most famous encounter took place at Sanyoli near Canton in 1841. In 1849 also, the combined strength of villagers and urban military forces did not allow to enter the British forces in the city of Canton. This popular Chinese resistance against foreigners prepared a base for the overthrow of Qing dynasty. After the Opium War, the British felt that most of the clauses of Treaty of Nanking were not enforced. They felt that opium trade was still not legalized, the Canton was still not open for them, and they did not have the right to deal with the Peking government directly. Besides this, their trade relations with the Chinese were not expanding as expected. All these factors compelled the British to take action against China. They were totally aware about the decreasing strength of Qing Empire. In 1858, in alliance with the French, the British forces attacked and captured Canton. Then they moved towards the capital Peking and forced the emperor to run away. The Qing government finally surrendered, and the Treaty of Taizhen was signed. This agreement provided many new advantages to the British, including opening of 11 ports and freedom to move in inland waterways, exemption from the tax on western goods, right to reside anywhere within the country, permission to set up a diplomatic mission to Peking, and many more. Moreover, the opium trade was finally legalized. The Opium War, although not remained fruitful to China, but gave it to Western expansionism.